Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Physics 4AP. Today we are going to discuss about the oxidation and the reduction reaction, and in that we will discuss about the corrosion and rancidity. So by this we'll be completing the chapter, the chemical reaction and equation. So let us discuss about oxidation and reduction here. So oxidation and reduction. So oxidation is the process of addition of oxygen or the removal of hydrogen or the loss of electrons. So any three should be happen, then it is said to be called as the oxidation reaction. That means oxygen should be added, or otherwise hydrogen should be removed, or otherwise electrons should be lost. So this any three of it gives the oxidation reaction. So here we have an example, that is copper. When reacts with oxygen in the presence of heat, we get copper oxide. Carbon reacts with oxygen, we get carbon dioxide. Magnesium reacts with oxygen, we get magnesium oxide. So here we call it as magnesium is oxidized, carbon is oxidized, copper is oxidized. So we call it as the oxidation reaction. So here we have taken an experiment about, so in a petri dish we have taken a copper and it is been heated with the help of a Bunsen burner. So in the presence of oxygen, the copper has been heated out and it has been converted into copper oxide. So again we need to convert copper oxide into copper, the normal state. How can we produce that? Is with the help of the reduction reaction. So the reduction reaction is the process of addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen or gaining of electrons, which is quite opposite to the oxidation. So here the hydrogen should be added, or oxygen should be removed, or electron should be gained. So for this we have an equation here, that is the copper oxide which we got here. So when we send the hydrogen gas to this copper oxide and when it is been heated, so the water molecules, the water vapors, that is water molecules which are present, are being evaporated. That means hydrogen is being oxidized with the here. As hydrogen is being oxidized and removed out, the copper which is present here is being reduced. So copper oxide has been converted into copper, which we call it as reduction, reduced. So this is an example for the reduction reaction. And here we have the redox reaction. Redox means we have the reduction and oxygen both. So the reaction in which we have both oxidation and as well as reduction over here. So let's take an example. So zinc, Zn zinc plus, when it reacts with carbon, we get zinc plus carbon monoxide. So here zinc oxide has been converted to zinc, which is called as reduced, and the carbon which has been converted to carbon monoxide, what we call it as oxidized. At the same time, manganese oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, we get manganese chloride plus water plus chlorine gas. So in this case, manganese oxide, which we have manganese dioxide, is been reduced to manganese chloride. That means oxygen is been removed. As oxygen is removed, so we call it as reduced. And the HCl, hydrochloric acid, the HCl, it is been converted into chlorine gas. That means as the hydrogen is been removed out from this, so it is said to be called as oxidized here. So here we have reduction and oxidation both. So here also we have reduction and oxidation, so it is said to be called as the redox reaction. So this is about the complete information about oxidation and reduction. Now coming to the effects of oxidation in our daily life. So let us see the effects of oxidation in our daily life. So the first thing is the iron particles. As iron particles are shiny and they are coated with after few days or for some time, they are been coated with reddish brown powder upon it. So when you rub it with the sandpaper, upon the iron which is been coated with the reddish brown powder, so you see that the brown color thing, that brown color thing is nothing but we get the iron oxide. That means it has been oxidized here. In that process we call it as rusting. It is said to be called as rusting. So when iron is reacted with oxygen, So we get as iron oxide, Fe2O3 iron oxide. So this iron oxide is what we call it as rusting. And also tarnishing of copper and silver is due to the oxidation. So you might have seen the copper converting into green color, and sometimes silver color will be turned into black color. So that is due to the oxidation over here. That we have a separate method which we call it as corrosion here. So corrosion means when a metals are attacked by a substance around such a moisture and acid, etc. So they are been corroded and known as the corrosion here. So when any metals when they are being attacked by a substance around it, so it could be attacked by the moisture, or it could be attacked by acid, or it could be attacked by any other chemicals. They are being corroded, and this process is called as corrosion over here. Now for example copper. So copper, when it is been moisturized, so it is converted it into green color, or that is oxidized means, in sense we can call it as copper carbonate. So copper carbonate is which is in the green color, as well as silver when it is been uh, reacted with any of the chemicals like hydrogen sulfide, Hg2a H2s, silver hydrogen sulfide. So when it reacts with the silver, it converts into Hgs. So that is silver sulfide. So silver sulfide which is in the black color. So that is also a corrosion here. And you might have seen the car bodies, the bridges, the electric poles, the iron railings, they get corrosion and they get damage. So this is the effect of oxidation in our daily life. And also bananas, apple, potatoes, when you cut it and you left it out, you might have seen that converting into brown color. So the conversion of brown color is due to the oxidation of the enzyme, so which is called the polyphenol oxidase or triosinase, right? So when we cut a apple, you might see it is a fresh, but after sometimes it is converting into brown color. So that is due to the oxidation of the enzyme. So that enzyme name we call it as polyphenol oxidase or triosinase. That is the name of the enzyme. And also the burning of crackers is also an oxidation reaction. And also all the combustion reactions are oxidation reactions. All the combustions are due to the oxidations only. And also the spoilage of food, that is what we call the rancidity. So that is the fats and oils which are present in the food, they get oxidized and they make it to spoil the food, so which is called as rancidity. So what is rancidity is the food left for long time gets spoiled due to the oxidation. So it is been left out and which is been spoiled for long time, so it is said to be called as oxidation, and this is what we call as rancidity. So rancidity is nothing but the spoilage of food where the fats and oils are oxidized. And next is the rising of dough with yeast, depends on the oxidation of sugar to carbon dioxide and water. The rising of dough. So dough means like any, we take wheat or maida and we put some yeast. So it produces, it oxidizes the sugar to the carbon dioxide and water. So as it converts carbon dioxide and water due to the oxidation of the sugars in it. So due to the oxidation of the sugars, we get carbon dioxide and water. So this is also one of the effects of the oxidation in our daily life. So what we have discussed here is, so we have discussed about the iron articles. So iron articles which are shiny are coated with reddish brown, which is called as the rusting. And the tarnishing of copper and silver, we have discussed about the corrosion. The definition, when metals are attacked with substance such as moisture and acid, so they get corrosion. The car bodies, bridges, electric poles, railway railings, all they get damage due to the oxidation. Apples, bananas, potatoes, when they are cut and left out, they convert into brown. It is due to the oxidation of the enzyme. And the burning of crackers and all the combustion reactions are the oxidation reaction. And the spoilage of food due to the oxidizing of fats and oil, which is said to be called as the rancidity, and the rising of dough with yeast depends upon the oxidation of the sugar to form carbon dioxide and water. So these are the effects of oxidation in our daily life. Now, as there are many damages to our daily life environment, so how can we prevent them? So we can be prevented them by some of the prevention techniques. That is, the number one, the corrosion can be prevented by painting it, or oiling, greasing, or chrome plating. Chrome plating is nothing but making a metal upon it, a coating method. So corrosion can be prevented by the painting, oiling, greasing, and chrome plating. And also it can be prevented by galvanizing. So galvanizing is the process of coating zinc metal upon the metal which we want. It can be coated with the zinc metal, as zinc is a moderate reactive, so it won't get oxidized that much earlier. And also alloying it. So alloying means mixing and fusing two or more metals to obtain a desirable quantities, like two or more. So example, we have copper and zinc. When you mix copper and zinc, we get brass, which is a resistant from the oxidation. And copper, tin, and some of the other materials like aluminium, manganese, iron, nickel, or zinc, a small quantity. So we get bronze over here. So bronze is the one type of a alloy of the copper, tin, and other metals. And also stainless steel. So mostly we are using in our cooking utensils the stainless steel. So they are prepared by iron, chromium, and carbon. The mixing of these three, we get the steel over here. So that process, what we call it as alloying. So mixing and fusing two or more metals to obtain a desirable quantity, that means a good quality. And also to avoid rancidity, we should store the food in airtight containers, like we have the plastic containers, so where the air cannot enter into it, so the airtight containers. And also vitamin C and vitamin E should be added for the preservations, like for the spoil, when the food is going to be spoiled, so we have to add vitamin C and vitamin E to preserve it. So vitamin C and vitamin E, so we can use the lemon upon it. So when you use lemon upon it, it won't get rancid, and it is being preserved for a long time, not long time, a little bit long time. So vitamin C and vitamin E are being added for the preservations. And also you might have seen the potato chips, so has it been used for 3 months or 5 months or 1 year, so that is due to the presence of the nitrogen gas present inside it. So the nitrogen gas that prevents the oxidation and make the chips not to get oxidized here. So due to the presence of nitrogen, so nitrogen doesn't mix the chips to get oxidized with the oxygen over here. So these are the prevention of the oxidation, that it can be prevented by painting, oiling, greasing, chrome plating, by the galvanizing method, by the alloying method. And the rancidity should be stored in airtight containers. And vitamin C and vitamin E should be added for the preservation of foods, and the potato chips, as nitrogen gas is present in it, it prevents the oxidizing of the chips over here. So these are the prevention of oxidations here. So till now what we have discussed is, we have completed the chapter, and we have discussed about oxidation and reduction, and we have discussed about the redox reactions, and we have discussed about the corrosion and the prevention methods, and we have discussed about the rancidity and its prevention method. So right now, thank you for your time. Right, so you can mail me through this mail ID for any doubts or clarifications, and your doubts will be clarified as soon as possible. So thank you for watching the video.